The Jewish people in the desert started to build the Mishkan, the tabernacle, the first house for God in this world. And they built it using wood. Wooden beams were the main part of the structure. But where do they get wood from? Where do they get this pine wood, the acacia wood? Atzei shittim it's called. How do they have access in the wilderness to so much wood? Well, the Talmud and the commentaries tell us an interesting part of the story. That Jacob, our forefather, in the land of Egypt, planted these trees. He planted these trees because he knew with prophecy that the Jewish people eventually will leave Egypt and will need to build this sanctuary, this house for God in the desert. And so he planted these trees in Egypt, and when he was passing, he told them an instruction. When you leave the country, make sure you take these trees with you. And so they did. They took the coffin of Joseph, they took the coffins of all the tribes, the 12 tribes, and they also took the Atzei Shittim, this wood, with them into the desert, and they used this wood to build the sanctuary. You know, the sanctuary was built on the shoulders of our forefather Yaakov. It's like every shul, like the shul I'm standing in right now, here at Sidlam Shul. Our shuls were built by our forefathers, our parents, our grandparents. They were the foundation members who literally built these shuls with their bare hands, carrying wood on their shoulders, pews, installing pews into the sanctuaries, and making sure there was a house for God, for themselves, for their children, for their families, and for future generations. And we, their children and grandchildren, have the responsibility of standing on the shoulders of the great and making sure that these sanctuaries, like the Mishkan, continues to serve the Jewish nation, the Jewish people, because they invested blood and sweat and hard labor. Like Yaakov, our forefather, so too our forefathers did too. We have the responsibility of keeping on their legacy, making sure that our shuls and our sanctuaries remain relevant, remain full, remain vibrant for future generations too. Shabbat Shalom.